Do Emiensa, 13th of June 2024, Thursday's edition of the Dialogue Show. And Mesano Edi Inshemo Ewahase. Mamunyina Kwabase, Modemo Fidino Atoha, and no pay na the kind Tiagu and Crankro Poemo. Minim area or sending Shuno Aye Ewo, but Yenede Asumdrem Kwani Ukremo Ewo Aye Madina Zongo Junction Hase Aye today's edition of Ghana's biggest and most highly respected political, social, and current affairs talk show, and that's 2 TV, the Dialogue Jumedi, Ebro, Ewo, if you have say, Midi, Ede, Owa, Hene, and Chibu Siako, Ghana, Nina Kofi, and yaw, for ne ya, Eda, nti Yawada. Na Yatana say, dear, and Komo, Ewo, Fiha, 18 Tidia in Yacheswada, Sanso, and we are said, Amanyo 17 Sema, a Dabamaso, in Yaka, Eda, a brasso say, Ghana ni awe timamunia ote omai emuno or exercise or franchise in the coming December 7th, 2024 general election. That is the presidential and parliamentary elections at Ebe Koso. We have about 176 days more, 176 days for election, government and the opposition and DC. After 8 years of Nana Akufo-addo, both parties and normal rule of my 16 years solidly in the democratic systems of governance. Fourth Republic, yeah, war. Emu said I'm trading upon Yankropon to trouble so to take off from us. Hunter Bobrim coffee ball, Tebota, not dominant a humor, and then a divine selections for giving us wonderful day, 13th of June. In fact, Nyame NAD, we have about 17 days more to end the 6th month in the year of our Lord. Indeed, this is the day the Lord has once again made. Let us all be glad and rejoice in it. And say, what's sorry if you get this one? I'll say, ni jebi bowra wa kumemu. Na uhunu say, ni pebi obi enanam so. Obi enanam so ma adepache unti. What did I say? Ebe emano. Let's start the day with a word of advice. Never trust anyone more than yourself. This is today's quotes for the day. Never trust anyone more than yourself. Don't trust anyone more than you yourself. Why should you trust someone without trusting your own self? A question I'm able to. One kasa nyu huni. Obi oha. Only no school them. Lecturer, Eko University. And I go school from primary to GHS to SHS to university ayakui. Or the classroom cry on you say on also be to pass. He or she always want to depend and rely on someone. No, it is wrong. Don't trust anyone more than yourself. Uji obidi to do, but one kasa you huni. Hey, akwa way, share jai. Sa na adiasa na adiachi na watwe atwam na watwe aba na bosome foforo aba sa na afe no ekọ na wiye. Why do you trust someone more than yourself? Mebusa dey ntina oji obi di esen wankasa ho. I'm asking you this question. Why? Transnebusa ho say fa anopai fa mirror ahwehwe hwe ho na hwe wanim hwe oni pedua. Look at your appearance. Hwe ehwene wo hwene nipa na trust no so wo hwene wo ano wo aso wo ni ntonwi wo abodwese wo mama ono so mama wo nwi ono so nwi. Tibusa on say, is that person so precious than you or better or bigger than you? No. Because our dear Lord created you special in a unique style to pursue whatever that you want to do for a living. Now, me boss ronko se botaye bi ti ena obo na ubetimi edu ntuno. Emoja wo mu no ense alatani die. the Liberian you emuno and say odie empo buroni kwasi kokko ekra muja esofoma ekokko se ne nso de ko bibini tuntum nso de kokko because sa na nyame bo wiase but oji nipadi esen wa obi kasama usom ntem but wan kasa oni huni de emu bi na making hunu se atetesem ana obi ka bibia usom ntem but ask yourself say me ankasa nso metimi etuanamo a find it out say de metain no kra na je wankasa hudi say obetimi aye. Always welcome the can-do spirit in your life. You can also do it. Because on saw nine. Abuan teti yakra when it so say adiachi no benya bibi. Now how much more winipa? Jaya dwen no o dwene dodo. Onyini hu ni media mintimi nye yeda. Not in no kabusu samagu na brabo so. Ye abusuan kontonchi ami frimu. Abusuan be ne wo mutumi. Media wo metu amenam ya obi tu sie so. Adua na abusuan, ko na abusuan mi frimu yi. Asona agona abusuan. Na okeka ne saa. Ghana for na benabo na ebubuo de ye ho ade. Betimi akeka nsem na use terms and terminologies ne saa. Not in ABC jai. Jabusu kasa au kasa efa wa obrabo. Na kansa mpa egu abrabo so. Efutu sema a dialogue Thursday's edition mede Emma Mahefo eso. Newspaper reviews happiness. Now Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, in a tour in the Ashanti region. Now Emra Oko Krobia Asante Kotokohene Enaso. Utumfo Osei Tutu the second. Comencia in an anum and suku di and como. An anum de munshira anyone who is aman. It become 24-hour economy no obinso the different meaning aba. Nchichimu pa kwa binso the different this mabano. Emo de emu ram we dia oti abebo nsema mano. Just as mbacho prepare videos mame. Amfama minu aba akwa. He said I say a zoo 24-hour economy. Nyata lions and you been more for the great lions. Nyata was the bottom tigers in the place. Attractive colors. I see. 24 hours will be out in Chile in the news. Presidential and parliamentary analysis will also come in. Now, and any Koku Anyidoho. And eba baby and come and pay. Moshe and Wasem and Cat and my. The one cat answer say, I don't pay. And so we focus no, I was east and I was more. These two consistencies. Ye come one. There's a 30 computer cram. I can't for a penny. Next week, God willing, Monday is holiday. You Monday, Tuesday, gonna make focus on Ashanti region. Number more analysis on the presidential and parliamentary 2016 and 2020 in the Ashanti region. We are number TSC, different region and the concept as well. Excellency, the Queen of Dialogue is seated this morning. Abena in Koku, aka Unauthorized. The Martin.
Aka coconut oil, I say. I say me to coconut oil. Oh, any father said it.
That's what you're making in your crowd.
Yo, 1, 2.
Try to yes it.
Shit. Yeah, that's what you and say, young queen. Yo, any event, Danny. Libya, come on,
June, we are honorable can order.
Yeah,
and 13th.
Yeah, Saka Crabby.
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah, 16th, yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
But last year they see the crowd.
Yeah, it's Saturday. It's a young comrade.
You know, come. Just as I want them, I could say, now you say, new management better than because it's Agyapong, be free.
Every at the Agyapong, so a control,
which is the New Testament, not yet in Atta. And you go break me and I say, did you my uncle break me, Samabako, your bar, the shadow of Bonkatan, stay tuned, I'll be right back after the show. Welcome back. This is the Tiako. Abnanya Koku Matinase. If I heard of one crowd time, just this 24-hour economy, no, and we have minimum until new ina abano.
So no pena me bisa o say. Ade cheda ko kanja ni jata no ho asem
there be nyonwa.
Say na sa video na akwa na chechire mu ni ntina ngofo kanja tasem.
That is I crowd I didn't take a crowd because who here. But okokasa o Kesman TV so. Yeah. Na brante no kokasa na o share say no 24-hour economy. Utrasiana journalist host no say you are making me confused. This actually movie. Because I'm not. Why you know? Janu na ngofo say cheda aka say obe donate ne data no baako. Adamu. No dey experiments. The 24-hour economy. Wait. And that means here. I feel no matter answer. Boy. Okay, you go to 24-hour economy. MDC communicator. Yinti we name ra.
Modern farming techniques and the deba. Under animal farming. We call baby to say pudon. Our channel. We call her animal farming. We say jatani mwake see elephant ni adi nyina egu farm numbi. Enti wontimi nkose wokọ akododo do. Anase wokọ no akodua nuane wo. Enti wodi kai set up plantation ni bibia wie uwia no ajamoa na gum. Na ajamoa no gum a wobehia omo a wo di plane ebe fa biem no mas asevo emwane nuane ne ade. Na proud to that no what training expert for wo mo so ebe hwe kwan a friend say omo ebe hwe mwa no so boa bi yare a ebetima wo no pane ne ade na sanyoma we nyina na e baso a ebe boa ma omo mawie agric e wa agricare care university legon wo mu nyina benya adwuma ye
With all that we are saying, I'm quite confused.
Okay.
Am I confused? Am I confused?
My tourist attraction.
Okay, good.
Because Okopudon. Now,
more of tourism than say you're animal.
And I'm proud to that. No, and one Nakasano, who bet me I export to be.
Okay.
Who export to the Mexicano air day, and your money corner.
Okay.
Not $dollars. Dollars neighbor, and the baby will see Casama day, Edina.
Okay.
Proud to that, no. Te wo make a exportation no movement how be no adwe say wo di your money be kono ha na de kono wo de kono wo benya dollars na ba dollars ba because country bia na wo kan your more than your export to bia no country na ho de ye de eba fo and na Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia ba ya wantimi anya wa ma ho chaba eti wo mo we extension officers ni ade ni nyina no wo benya adwuma ye wo mo ye ayi for masonry for no ye beto war offensive land ni nyina omuso benya adwuma ye. Proud to that. Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia eba ya oka say obey one district one factory went me. And he was John Dramani Mahama say under one district one factory no one no dey obey be embark on agro
and almost said that's the booming.
The 24-hour economy ma me no papa no mo titi fie mo yen emwa. John Dramani Mahama say what the modern farming techniques and the deba. Under animal farming woko ba bi ti se pudon e wo chana woko ho animal farming no woni se jata ni moa kese elephant ni ade nyina egu farm no bi enti wontimi nkose woko akodododo ana se woko wakodua nuane wo ho enti wodi kai set up plantation ni bibia wie wo wi ane wagya no mas asevo emwa ni nuane ni ade na proud to that no what training expert for wo mo so ebehwe nkwan friend say omo ebehwe mboa no so boa bi yare a ebetima wo no pane ne ade na sanyoma we nyina na eba so a ebeboa ma omo mawie agric wa agric care university legon wo mu nyina benya adwuma ye omo nya adwuma
with all that
very interesting
24-hour
economy the airplane of edwem
24-hour economy the assembebo akwano osese
asebo kan journalist musan say
na all can Chinese and tree
tree kasa no kan
na osese
on the 24-hour economy no John Mahama had modern farming techniques be
no mbede
and he was in yatane elephant no untimi baby nim kwako untimi no do ho enti also dey aduane fa wiem
aeroplane na go helicopter
na dey aduane ni gugu form mu edi ti mo kwako ya agric extension for no
afede ye dey jate we pa mo extension for my dear the alternative is
very empty hey
can you imagine
NDC
can you imagine
when a color so this studio color no fapa all the MPP communicate about to what say ba it doesn't make sense
he is not making sense if you are not communicating you are not making sense
yes
and he also say so say 24-hour economy no em say papa no woda ya so ho da ya no was to twinum say the 24-hour economy na ade akoyi kan sense enti animal farming no ene se jata ene nsebo ene ade ayi pataku na edu mo ba bi ho
pataku ni pata bi
ho no yetumi no do ho enti na omo de aduane be gu helicopter enti also jata no ye export wa do be fine
menim se bi a ship there enti be exporting jata na ko na timi ama dollar ba
na agina economy no animal farming no be no eno no se on se kan ma mpani Mahama na ka se gugu bon ketinti we wa pagem gugu bon ni de sha je se ye be ye njata almost each other say obe donate ni child na yin ba ko jata ne ba ko
o my big boss be bring so a John Mahama picture that so a 24-hour economy o mo dey try do mo
akwane de aba no I mean what is this
Musa me
akwane one is one church economy 24 hours
abana failure dia of which say mona mo say abana failure dia
the alternative is empty
weni
air time
baby
na akwane dia asem na no work
asem na work no unhuniti
unhuniko when you me sure say asieru nkati aba friends hey dai enko ni Oba friend no chama je no aba friend Uko radio so nka 24 hours. Jai.
Don't metiano.
Metiano.
Ah.
Na edi the MPP ni no ati wole chese otumi control.
Honestly.
What is this?
I said what can I say? I say no can no. Omo ti wona nti ase. Onu aka so ponti ase. And obi a o he no kwanti ase.
Onu aka no nti ase. He is not making sense.
And Kofu, they are desperate just
I don't
for
want to say he was making nonsense.
Nonsense, no, you don't want to say it.
Nonsense.
Nonsense.
I mean, what is this?
Nonsense. Nonsense.
And when something doesn't make sense, it's nonsense.
It's nonsense. If I Kimpaluta, they need to mommy, I mean, for me.
Yeah. Kimpaluta, we are. When they are just all the Paluta, feminist.
Abranti in a ball.
Kumasini Abranti.
In general, Dr. Baumia. In fact, or to say Dr. Baumia born in Yomunasa.
Yeah.
Our stage. Intino. Santi, to me and others. And no, to be.
Yes, about to be. I mean, the lawyer. And then Muka.
And if I name but I was so happy.
Oh, yeah, none of the just
politicians need to.
I feel the award.
Oh,
yeah.
The guys.
Oh, you're good.
Well, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Enti o de
I mean
okay enti see am send them
chairman beautiful ya di nini na ba ya si do asido na bi wa se o ya di nini na ba ya si do se o ari boni am fache ari boni am fache Naya Marina one casa no way to know we never go to fast. He coming president. Listen to dream I will.
The vice president, the flag bearer for the new Patriotic
Party.
Oh, say,
I know about Sarah Joseph for the and you'll be Sunday.
But one of Munya,
oh, I thought
Simon Semenza.
I say, and you were a money pencil. A money pencil.
No, I'm actually the Demula.
Hey, give me a cake a bobo.
To me, no, yeah, they can come.
Oh, that's on the Only the honor boys hands. Only be to Kakra. Now, honorable Simon was Semenza.
Well,
but honorable Agyapong for the
hey, Adwa.
Oh yeah, then you be an or Cotton America no to
TikTok.
Yeah, dear you ma.
This will be kind.
Yeah,
one pound on wealthy. So now time for no. You go gratin.
I just saw the way from because I can't 7 days. Am I confused? Daily Guide. Show business model. DPP Des Nam 1. Otun for Lord Baumia, you are respectful and humble. NDC kicks against free SHS bill. Gamanche leads clean Accra campaign. Enti enra said the munyina munimo Dr. Mahmoud Baumia nansa ya wokodi no asantememu no de nyina aba na wie enra ena owie na okọ otikọkọ so na ase tutu ya otosumie no otumfo na konya na anase na hemfie ene ne kodi nkomo ena otumfo se ya Baumia mehu dadaadai ebi anam ka so nya political power no ase de wubra wo ho ase ne ade obesesa so political power ansesa na me de me wogidie pa se ahobrase ene se de wubu ade obu nipa ene adwumaso a wabo as vice president se Ghana for to abama wo a obetumi edi mampani no no we hyehye neoma edi ama oman no na akwa ba konsusu a oso ye NDC communicator no so asane bi de go tumfo so wa hu sa video no
and interesting
enya kura airtime
Nzati need
and in fact, otumfo kasa wie no bompa ye ma Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and then the campaign team ni na two wo mfo se Ghana mpuntuo ne yehwehwe nti ne wo so omo ye be ma oman na nya mpuntu no na wo se wo mo ekoso ano omo ye SHS bill yi se yaka ho asem ye se aban nti aban ne de mra be komra hye bedwam but NDC for ne se da enya de omo be ma se adwuma no abaso se enekaze omo be kokotu nti anope mra hye bedwan mu no omo nko
and then the court be decided on that Jackpes leak tip or this is say and also evidence mo e de boa mo case no and Accra High Court will decide on it say a war a value a modru a betimi aboa and intimi mo the court no to go then e to asem so
okay so gamanche were leading Clean Accra campaign said they be yankramem habetie na ho no mo ye no gamashi ho nko ha mama dina
me sure mama dina Koku Anyidoho
so what that was re hey
and then
Madina water everyday Ed enti Kentucky Tekochuru ya otosumienu wale mayor of Accra Elizabeth Kwachosaki and a Greater Accra Regional Minister Daniel Nikwateta Tos Glover and a Grand Traditional Council no Simpe Manche wo mu nyina aka ho bi no mo ka bo mu a wo mo lead Clean Accra campaign se obia enmini huni na oman no enya ahonidie mapa na NPP Council of Elders wo mo dwam tene ora Hackman wo so agiman and was say NPP for ni nyabotre na Dr. Bawumia ye dan ya ne running mate no obeyi
nto me catch say bibia nsankrema yes me catch so oh
La Bianca CEO passes on. Chief Executive Officer of La Bianca, one of the largest frozen food importers in West Africa, Eunice Jacqueline Bua Asumaheme, has passed on. And so, Oko Abrocheni by you. And now, Omodene call Tema Maritime Hospital. Yeah. Oh, Omi Yankopon fa okra NC. And Opena Mufe can say, of a kumrem something near penny Ephraim.
Oh,
of a kumura near penny, then 80 years.
Of an emukra. That you penny.
Yes, you penny over some, yes, or none over something.
Hey,
as any of a pan when you pa, and Yamiasham, and go on funny currency. But I remember Mary.
All right, the bishop wants to not that can hear anymore. I mean, for the daily statement, the Bokrata and Twasso, and Yaniko Anyidoho be din komo 24-hour economy, and so was in Mahama with Dia Gropa, he's making the party like a concert party. You be home command. Asante Hene praises Baumia's NPP faithful urge to stop pressurizing Baumia over running mates. Ghana secures landmark agreement with creditor committee and until 2472 Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and I just say okotuna nim or the Bokrata the daily statement anima or kase on sisai senko ukratu me say no ka obey dwane a time but na ho brase no eda so ewo ho anopay Hackman also had my story there when you say story wa there many about the campus yenko enim
Ghanaian Times and Amedetua, so let's safeguard our democracy. Majority Leader urges citizenry presents 20 laptops to NTC. Asante Hene supports Gamanche Education Fund with 500,000. Unapproved advertisements. FDA advises NPP supporters. Honorable Afenyo Markin, ya wane majority leader futum na shibidweni. And was say Ghana for yina ya baso, ye mo hubai. Na ya mabibia answer no FDA for say unim say advert wo de obo na say na we advert no na say FDA for approve ya and so attract fine so ma slap media houses 39 with 975,000 fine say wo mo entria Ora Hackman also had demand so the abase MPP supporters munya botre na Dr. Mahmoud Baumia on here time and son we in running made back page of the Ghanaian Times. Government should invest in farm inputs to boost food production. TWNA third world network or more. And I know one aye ehwehwemu bi no mo hye a Greek input no ehun be hia se aban e de ne hu be hye mu pa na be boa manuane aba editors nso so national identification National Health Insurance Authority omo release 300 million Ghana cedis. See and this besima health facilities no na omo fanhwe omanfo yare. They also organize times.
All right. A daily graphic purge toxic political space up marking edges media here on the front page of daily graphic. NHIE settles 300 million Ghana cedis claims. Government secures pacts to suspend bilateral loan payments until 2026. And also recoded GCB mobile app, GCB's bank digital transformation innovations are celebrated. And back page here, Ghana EU Commission road projects in the Upper West region, and also stories are as a modern biomedical waste incinerator installed for Nechi.
The new crusading guide, stop pressurizing Bawumia to name running mate Hackman Oswajimai. A Black West ugly noise exposed over sale of SNET shares in hotels to Rock City. Koku board makes huge profit in 2023. Stories say what happened now. Koku board
is about
okay. Documents emerging have revealed that Rock City Hotel emerged as the preferred bidder, demonstrating strong technical and financial capabilities in the purchase of 60% shares in hotels in contention.
Okay.
SNET hotels, no La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Elmina Beach Resort, Busia Beach Resort, Ridge Royal Hotel, Trust Lodge, and Alabadi Beach Hotel. SNET for no can say. Even though we discuss share hotels, still now returns to be a ma. And then who be here some be offload shares no. Na nipa kro betumi ama hotels na san gina na so no. Na wo mo aye. And yes say omo ko share Koku omo na omo de ma Rock City for this omo meye. Omo ye competitive bidding. And na omo win ye no omo de share omo. Nti oku je to Black One nsem a o kan was ansem ne ho na nya sanity. And ono angaza say ye de no ko charge. Ye heard the no so ebe kwa akosi. Yeah, the new crusading guidance on Wadaroma.
Okay, Facebook,
Hey,
and YouTube, YouTube, and then na yemfa ho nsem emra. Na me did say, anope any CEO Anyidoho. This is the second time I over me show so. Any won komodi bebre.
All right.
Anope. Those who have joined us on YouTube. I feel in common interaction and kasa ebesha say what do can you messages kakra briefly na me hwe yemfa common nsi ase na me me constituency analysis fast answer na ira tena say watch your I mean Isa Dams now say good morning or here na bena in all Kencity workers keep up the good work or great job and no honorable Ken I mean hene and all the Eric Ofosu also Adenediaba good morning or here ma bena Koku thanks for your dialogue show. God bless you for your good work. Winnie a champion, morning, my children. How are you doing? I know by God's grace, all is well with you. You look refreshing this morning. What is going on with your network? Please tell them to do something about it. That was yesterday. Maxwell J says, good morning, Hene and Abena. How are you guys doing today? Hope you are doing well. In fact, I can't stop laughing about the 24-hour economy. Watching live from Spain, Zaragoza. In fact, in Chichimuna branch and the we all don't understand how opposite you say in Chichimubi or send on watch him, will be so much different. My Tiasi. My first excellence in the queen of the dialogue. Waboy Papa. My main co Ayawaso East. Namemfa winning Tremuto. Ayawaso East, Bacho, Monfanto Somame. Namhe analysis on presidential and parliamentary election 2016 Ayawaso East. Presidential, say Enna, Nana akufo-addo, ne Mahama. So in the year 2016, Ayawaso East constituency results, presidential or president, candidate John Mahama secure 22,699, representing 60.14%. That is 14,729 729, representing 39%. So in 2016, John Mahama won Ayawaso East constituency with a difference of 7,970 against Nana Akufo-Addo. Parliamentary, Ayawaso East parliamentary. Nasser Mahama Ture had 23,407, representing 62.1%. Peter Mreku Kwame Entry had 13,599. So vote difference of the parliamentary in Ayawaso was 9,808. So in 2016, both presidential and parliamentary, NDC won. Let's see 2020, Ayawaso East 2020. Let's see 2020 in Ayawaso East. 2020 in Ayawaso East, John Mahama had 24,320. 24,320, representing 63.17%. And Nana Akufo-Addo had 13,904, representing 36.12%. So in 2016, in 2020, presidential difference was 10,416. John Mahama won against Akufo-Addo with a vote difference of 10,416. Parliamentary, Ayawaso East in 2020. Yusuf. Ayawaso East. And that's one. Justice, Shemame. I didn't say every minute. Shemame. Meba. Na mesa abaho nti meba. Ayawaso East. Ayawaso East. Ayawaso East. I know say Nasser na pacho Shemame 2020 Ayawaso East. Parliamentary pacho anye different candidate. Different constituency. I know the Nasser Mahama Ture. One Peter Mreku in a circle 2020. Parliamentary mame. Fantastic. That is Ayawaso East. So Ayawaso East 2020 parliamentary 23,583 and Peter Mreku 14,966. So vote difference was 8,617. Now Ayawaso North, then we are done. Ayawaso North constituency 2016. Ayawaso North. 2016. Go back or go to the next constituency. Okay. Presidential, John Mahama had 22,174, representing 860, representing 39.87%. So vote difference, Ayawaso North presidential in 2016 was 7,314. Parliamentary, Ayawaso North, parliamentary 2016. Okay, that is Yusuf I. Jaja, 22,144, representing 59.97%. Aminu Mohammed Zakari, also had of the MPP, had 14,644. So vote difference was 7,500. That is Ayawaso North. 2020. But for 2020, Kremane. 2020 presidential, John Mahama had 28,718, representing 64.23%. And Akufo-Addo had 15,755. That is 35.24%. So in 2020, Ayawaso North presidential, John Mahama won a difference of 12,963 against NPP's candidate, Nana Akufo-Addo. And parliamentary in the same constituency, Ayawaso North constituency. Okay, Yusuf and Manaf Muhammad Osmanu Alidu of the ND's MPP had 16,810. So The vote difference was 11,397. So both Ayawaso North and East, these two constituencies with about 20, is it? Okay, 31 constituencies so far. Okankwe South, Okankwe Central, Tema West, Tema East, Tema Seda, Segi, Kloti, Kole, Ayawaso Central, Ayawaso West Rogon, Ayawaso North, and Ayawaso East. Aka Obum Domiabra, any other two constituencies now may we change result 2016-2020, for the Greater Accra region. This morning we are privileged to have the CEO and the founder for Atta Institute, the Honorable Samuel Koku Anyidoho, is in our studios this morning at any interactive for today's national issues at Ekoso Ewo Omeme. Prior to December 7 general elections, issues at Ekoso, campaign messages, political campaign etimakunyam pempenso, wakweni mdinibi amanyo sem, uyiko Anyidoho sinje enye, political career Ewo Doom pempenso binso Ghana for eninupa. Only a guest anope. Yero Anyidoho emawache. Apombo kode. Yeshi ayache. Ebi wona ko Anyidoho kasa or other platforms so na chesa wo chira wadua. Well. Mo hwe miadom. Good. Atta Institute dey na ko.
Well, let me say answer na. Yeah, the Benanti hono. Let me say nanu wi adeke se bi to
Kwakwachi. Okay.
Let me say the akonya we be mamu nyina yakọ.
All right.
Yeah, my bush for so yakọ. May he so rest in peace. Yeah, he served the system well, tried to do his best, and then we'll see how we can continue from where he left off. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Abayemra, as founders.
Well, glory to God. It's not been easy. Should be launching my first book.
Okay.
Yeah, on the platform of the Institute, where a lot of articles are mature over the years, politics, religion, sports, international affairs, and I'm at the Atta Institute. I should be launching that book first in a series. Then other ones will follow.
Okay.
So, by the grace of God, I've been doing some work within the ECOWAS sub-region election monitoring, Nigeria, Benin, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea.
Obos, the late Professor Moss.
Actually, as we have entered the political season, so a little over 6 months, no, a little below six months, 1 week short of 6 months to the 14th day. And so we are in the political season. And if you ask me what I remember about him in this campaign period now, time I was starting door to door, so it's good to have the rainbow, different perspectives, but ultimately the people muna. So yeah, back to the issue of what Dr. Bawumia is doing. It reminds me so much of what President Mills did in 2008 in the build-up to that crucial election.
Okay.
Yeah, and school to school. And we do fair more. And your GDP, and your foreign exchange differential.
Okay.
And yet Sebe and himself to the electorate and saying, look at me, observe me, analyze me.
Okay.
At close range, and make your judgment and your assessment. And Nipa doesn't hear all together.
Yeah.
I get it a lot. I meet people in traffic. I meet people filling station. Maybe a chop baby. In fact, 2 weeks ago I was at a funeral in the Volta region. 2 different funerals. And why in it? 2 different. Near face one now person who go NDC, and now pet John Mahama Sem now all day. But ya nanti, me say, I feel nanti Eyaba. And so basically, when you go out to the people, and those days, President Mills, he say on Tiapo, proud, near Nam Puano, near Nam Market, near Nam Hano. And you win, you say Yarino. And you win MPP for your Yarino. And you win MPP for your Yarino. Or say, I'm a mini, I'm Atta Mills. But you want to Mama. Or the what? Master, Nana Nado, no a foreign minister at the time, and some so resigning. Yeah. I feel, Yama, known to me, a campaign for Ghana. No, the campaign in the ECOWAS sub-bridge. I feel, no, now. So, what Dr. Bawumia is doing, nobody should underestimate it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, me a wakwa faswa esadane ne baby. Yeah. Funnily enough, today yeah in Crawford, yeah mebununi be a Miami party NDC. Instead of keeping a close eye on Dr. And when you try to tell them, say mini animal, maybe a chemuna MPP for this idea way.
Anyway.
But you see, because that kind of campaign also, no matter, there's a lot of submarine tactics.
Okay.
And no, the media move that. Fine, I don't know what the submarine tactics of Dr. Bawumia is.
Okay.
But yeah, submarine tactics at the time, some of it was, of course, to dispel the rumors of Papa Yareno. Secondly, you go to places and people tell you, say, don't pay Rollins as him. But what by? So the ability to reach out and say, oh yes, I mean, say be party near there, Rollins or your Candy, but don't forget, say, Nim Rachel.
Okay.
And you are the obvious baby. Monshe me Atta Mills, Benin.
Okay.
Nayen Dinko.
Okay.
And the Mills era is the one that is coming. And this is what I am promising you.
Okay.
You understand?
What can I say?
So it is more than possible. For example, I mean, from a political communication point of view, about a month ago, it was all over the place, kinds of things. Within 1 week, Dr. Bawumia was back in Gonjaland. What did he do? He just went to lay prostrate before the Agbonwura on Samuel Jinapo. MP for Damongo.
Damongo, yeah.
Now, if you ask me from a political communication point of view, he doesn't have to say it with his mouth. I heard Dr. Bawumia.
Okay.
Fache. Madafem Amao. Se Bibina NCA last week, media maba. Madafem Amao. And so when subsequently you heard Agyapong endorsing him and blessing him, why? Those are some of the things that the door-to-door, house-to-house does.
Okay.
And it's got nothing to do with the economy. And so, back to your question, that what do I remember President Mills mostly for? Around this campaign time, I remember what we did near a year, effective, efficient, and of course, it allows those of us who were around him also to also be in touch.
Okay.
With the ground.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. There was nowhere I call here, me tenacity. So, you know, it didn't come on in paying for didn't come on. Of course, I have my ear because I have to come around the communication and speak to it.
Yeah.
But me, to my own, I was to also go around and build my own constituency.
Okay.
People who can now relate to me directly. They call back, call them, get feedback, they have access to you. And that's how we won the election. And so, if anybody underestimates, in fact, then also from a political communication point of view, I don't know if you have a copy of it's a pro GM paper. I mean, we have papers that are pro.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to have, I was with two papers that are pro Mills. So there's nothing wrong with a paper being pro GM.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is that that paper this morning, the front page headline, big, and they say, Bawumia rents crowd, in Ashanti. For me, as a political strategist and a political communicator, if I'm on the Bawumia side of the divide this morning, I'll be singing praise my soul, the King of Heaven.
Okay.
Why? Because if the main newspaper of my political opponent banners with the fact that I have gone to rent a crowd in my own stronghold, what it means is that my political opponent has acknowledged that I went to do something in my stronghold.
Okay.
They are only now attributing it to rented crowd.
Okay.
And that one too, how do you prove that the crowd was rented? Then again, if crowds are there to be rented, they need to go and rent some. You get it?
What can I say?
What can I say? And can me and now me political communication for Dr. Baumia. That's the tangent I'll go on. That look at the front page of my opponent's paper.
Mako high nipa.
Some Mako high nipa.
Of course, I'm a stronghold.
There's also a derogatory aspect of it.
Okay.
That the Ashanti people, from Igun to me and his group, can also run with. Nanano Mpejufo, Nano Dr. Baumia Bayano, Yankro for easy, Ema Musikao, and Tomo Ansana, Mupi by. So that the media side also is also there.
Okay.
All these school children, I mean, the students, the nurses, all these the former drivers, and all those people. So what? They don't have a conscience. Here
those at Swami magazine.
Thank you. That crowd in Swami.
Crowd.
And because just your call Swami Nibi.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though MPP Ashanti okay. Those are some of the footages.
Yeah.
So how many people can you rent in this crowd? And how much will you give them?
Okay.
When the man on a when yen money be. I to currency. Send your man away the money. You get it?
Yeah.
So from a political communication point of view, if the newspaper of the
Daily Post.
Yeah. Is now so from that.
So this is also central market. This is the market side.
And don't underestimate this kind of thing, the energy that it gives. And yes, nobody is saying the economy is not challenged. The economy is challenged. We have issues with the economy. We have issues with Dumso and Ramidufi. Now there was no light in my house. I mean, there's the frustration and all those things. But when you have the sitting vice president exuding so much confidence and going on the ground like this and whipping up this kind of enthusiasm, and for the paper affiliated to the opposition leader to admit that there was crowd, except say it was rented crowd. For me, as a political strategist, if that has to do with Prof, of course, statesman, daily guide, depending on what we have done the day before and depending on the banner that they give.
Okay.
I just take the papers to the candidate, even when he became president.
Okay.
We are doing our morning analysis. I say, have you seen what these people have put
on the front page?
They may think that it's negative, but let's look at the positive side of it.
Wow.
And that's how we do our analysis.
Okay.
And that's why the man never stopped appreciating me. And I also never stopped appreciating, because the working relationship was quite unique. I never tried to down his spirits.
Okay.
It looks negative, but I will make sure I look for the positive in it.
Okay.
I will still find a way of dealing with the negative. But for the boss, early in the morning, when you are meeting him and you want to pep up his spirit. So, for example, Baumia was my boss this morning, and this paper came out, and I want to pep up his spirit. They say, don't worry. The positive side of it is that they are acknowledging that you had a massive crowd in Kumasi.
Yeah.
Except that they say it's rented. So you don't worry. You have managed to get them to look in your direction. Then you will now find your communicators and now prepare another communication plan to see how now you can deal with the negative side of it. And that's when now I'll get my regional guys. I'll say, look, you people go down to the ground and go and let the people know that you see Mo say that you don't have conscience. And you buy you better talk, and I'm
Okay.
So I will deal with it at different levels And hey, I enjoy my politics.
All right. All right, that is Samuel Koku Anyidoho, founder and CEO for Atta Institute. Now, you're interacted this morning here on Net2 TV. So, join the biggest and finest breakfast in the capital city of Ghana, Net2 TV Dialogue Show live here in the studios, Zongo Junction. I didn't come on, you interact here. You can also join us on YouTube. Now, or the message, you got quick commercial break about. We will digest into campaign messages for these two major political parties. Since the Fourth Republic of our democratic dispensation, 16 years, from 1992 to the year 2000 to 2008 MPP, 8 years, 2008, 2016, for the NDC again, and 2016 to 2024 of the MPP, 32 years of this democracy. It has political leaders. And recently, too, there was a research by Professor Smart Sapon of the Kumasi Technical University. So stay tuned for more, and I'll be right back after the short break. All right, welcome back. This is the Dialogue Show, 13th of June, 2024, Thursday's edition. Samuel Koku Anyidoho, Edi Nkomo Anope, the founder and CEO for Atta Institute, Edi Nkomo. Recently, researcher, Professor Smart Sapon, just a special project is two-way no MMA. One was, the questionnaire was, which presidential candidate are you likely to support in the 2024 presidential elections? And all the 16 regions and the number of people that they interviewed, 59,546 and Omudi Nkomo. So Dr. Mahmoud Baumia had 23,432 out of the 59,546, representing 38.9%, the most preferred candidates. And John Mahama had 21,237, representing 36.1%. There are 12,000.
That's a lot.
Yes, 763, which is 21.4%. Yeah. Here, political parties, this was a preferred political party. Which political party are you likely to support in 2024 presidential election? And all the 16 regions, NDC, 23,080, representing 38.8, and MPP 20,564, 34.5, and other parties known as 2,167, and undecided also Ewoho Sam. This is a research from one professor at Kumasi Technical University, Professor Smart Sapon. Most preferred candidate is Dr. Baumia, but the most popular party is National Democratic Congress, as we are preparing towards election 2024. And a research is saying.
Well, why not be popular than the MPP, yet presidential candidate-wise, Baumia is more popular than John Mahama. It's simple. If you look at, there's some data that I've given you. Yeah. Look at NDC. Justice Project NDC. In Central Region, and then NDC in strongholds under John Mahama, so that we speak to data. Okay. We have started with data, then we speak to data so that your viewers and listeners can be sure exactly what we are discussing. NDC in performance in Central Region, I think 2016, 2020. Fine. This is the parliamentary candidates.
These are parliamentary candidates.
Now, but except that you cannot see clearly.
Yeah.
But okay, 118 NDC parliamentary candidates are more popular than Dramani Mahama, according to the 2020 election data. You understand? 118 out of 137. This is data. They got more votes in their constituencies.
More than the presidential
candidate. Yeah. This is data. They can go and check.
Wow.
Yeah. So it is very possible that the party is popular on the ground.
Okay.
But the candidate, the presidential candidate, is not being pulled along. Why? I'm sure they will give us, you see, we talked about President Mills earlier. Unfortunately, for John Mahama and some of the people surrounding him, they continue to underestimate. Now, this is NDC strongholds in focus.
Focus, okay. There are 62.5% of our
Strongholds showed a decline in votes
with
with JM as flag bearer.
Okay.
9.9% of the vote share of our strongholds went to MPP.
Okay.
In absolute numeric terms, 59,777 people in our strongholds voted for MPP, not NDC. This is 2020 statistics. We are speaking to data.
Okay.
We are not speaking to emotions. They will bring you the Central Region 1, and you will see it's very interesting, where we won 13 seats parliamentary, but John Mahama won only in 4 constituencies. You understand? So, Owene, what we are saying is that John Mahama should not discount his 4-year period as president.
Okay.
You see, you were president from
July
2012
2012.
to January 2017.
Yes.
4.5, 5 months after the death of Mills, you took over. Then you had 4 years on your own accord. The history is there. The 1 million voters who didn't vote for you, for which reason you lost. This is his own northern region. 2012,
2016, 2020.
Yeah, this is 2020.
So Northern Region in focus.
Not really focus.
Okay, the MPP had almost 38.8% in 2012.
Yeah.
There are 239,897 voted for MPP. So they gained almost plus 19% in the Northern Region.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
Now look at 2020. While the NDC is losing 3.5%, the MPP is gaining, what, 5% plus?
5.1%. That's 2020.
Yeah, 2020. Now, and it's simple. You have 6 seats in Northeast, Baomia's stronghold. MPP has 4, NDC has 2. You have 18 seats in the Northern Region proper. MPP has 9, NDC has 9. Then you go to Savannah, where you have 7 seats. NDC has 4, MPP has 3. Oka, Northeast, Northern, and the Savannah Boma, MPP has 1 more seat than the NDC.
Okay.
In the Northern Region.
Northern Region, okay.
So if anybody thinks this data is not true, go to Parliament and go and check. Under Jerry Rawlings, it never happened. Under Atta, it never happened.
Wow.
So under John Mahama, we are dropping numbers. And when we sit down and we do the statistics, so as Deputy General Secretary in 16, in spite of my comfortable lead press conference, you try to present data to people. People say you are anti-JM. Master, this whole anti-JM thing that you are hearing, Koku Anyidoho anti-JM, this is what JM does not want to be told.
On person or
No.
Okay.
No. So the whole thing is that let us continue to pretend that all is well. And this data, if me, I know it, other people also know it.
Yeah.
So who are you deceiving? Northeast, and this, his presence on the ground. So we are coming back to the issue of why it is possible that Bawumia is ahead of John Mahama.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what we are discussing. So, in the Northern Region proper now, MPP has 1 more seat than us. It didn't see that. Yeah, even if you want to do it in percentage terms, in Northeast, 6 seats, Bawumia has given us a 2-seat gap. they have 4.
And the NDC
has 2. But in your stronghold, the 7 seats, it's only one seat gap. We have 4, they have 3. So if you even do that analysis alone in Northeast and Savannah, Baumia has given you 1 point gap there.
Okay.
Because he has 4, we have 2. In his stronghold, yours is 7, we have 4, they have 3. So they are closely behind us. And when we are saying all these things, look, June 4th, the NDC did nothing to remember June 4th. There was Deputy General Secretary those days. I would have issued a statement long time ago and put Asenu Ketia's name there. Because that's what I used to do. Never usurp his powers. But I won't wait for him to give me instructions.
Yes. Okay.
I know what to do.
Me, I don't know actual statement.
Me, no actual statement. I will not leave those gaps. Today, nothing is coming from headquarters. Nothing is coming from founders, flag bearers office. That was June 4th. Then June 10th was our 45th anniversary as a political party. Because 92, right?
Yeah.
No, 32.
32 years.
Yeah. It's the June 4th, which is 45.
Yeah.
The June 10th is 32. That one too, I'm yet to see anything energizing coming from the flag bearer or even the party headquarters. Now, when you are doing that related to central region alone, then you will see what is happening in central region.
Just project that one for us too.
So, if you say, oh, hear me, but hear me now, there are many more people out there discerning who are observing. You don't want to remember Atta Mills. You don't want to eulogize him as if I know the Oba, one year project Biawo and Ghana. You give him no recognition, no whatever it is. Every project that he did, and I'll call you a green book. And I didn't need a green book, no say, now he had his sword, and he started here. And talking about that university.
All right. This central region.
Good. Central region in focus. In 2018, the central region requested that the NDC push an alternative candidate, but their requests were ignored. This was the result, even with a running mate from central region. NDC won 4 parliamentary seats in 16. In 20, we won 13. But in the same 2016-2013, JDM won in only 4 constituencies in 16. In 20, it was still the same 4. So, when the party was moving in 2020, JM could not move alongside the party. And this is data. This is statistics. You understand?
Yeah.
And some of us work with data. We work with statistics. We don't work with emotions and empty propaganda.
Yeah.
Now you go and you try to present this to JM and his boys, then you are anti-JM. Then they run to social media, create fake Facebook accounts, create fake stories about you, put it out there, feed you to their highness, and then think that they are doing politics. But the data will expose you. The data will expose you. 118 MPs out of 137 are doing better than you, the candidate. So how are you pulling the party along? And these are the things I'm saying. You are not prepared to accept, say, a minimum starting NDC and Sana will buy Rollins, Atta Mills. You are not prepared to eulogize them, but you want to be worshipped.
Okay, this is Volta region in focus.
Now this is even our stronghold.
Volta region
in focus.
2020, for instance.
So let's start from 2012.
2012.
NDC, we were doing 91.3.9% 2012 under Mills. MPP was doing 7.41. 16 under John, we dropped from 91.3 to 87.67 under John.
And the NPP had 10.81.
Now look at 2020. We dropped to 84 and MPP moved to 14.1.
In the voter rate, the stronghold.
This is our stronghold. This is how John Mahama dropped us numbers from 91% in 2012. And in fact, even this 2012, it is him who won, because President Mills had died in 2012, actually.
Yeah.
But based on the work that President Mills did and the sympathy votes, our region came out. But by 16-20, under the same person, look at the statistics drop. Look at the percentage points.
Wow.
So if MPP is doing close to 15%
In your stronghold.
in NDC stronghold, we are in crisis in our stronghold. Now they have gone to create OT, so they've taken part of our strength away and given to a standalone region. So Volta, here we are, weakened. And why? Because, John, you are not reaching out to the region. You are not reaching out to the... You think you are antagonizing... If you think that if you antagonize Koku Anyidoho, you are antagonizing an individual.
No.
You are antagonizing an institution.
Yeah.
And a region. You think that is me alone you are antagonizing? Because they remember the work we did for them when Mills was alive. And American University of Health and Allied Sciences. President Mills started it. There was a suggestion, President Mahama, during your time, to name that university after President Mills. Baba Yara Sports Stadium. President Mills called China and secured Chinese grant. And on the year Baba Yara and Kotakraba Market. John, name one of these projects after Mills Babu. Onye. So then Asumje Park, Bebe Papa would die, I want Kasa na usi, as the president. Do the place, Babu. So the man who single-handedly defied Rawlings in 080, part of Rawlings and Atamel's own fight is over you, John Mahama. People don't know. When he defied Rawlings to make you running mate, he defied Rawlings to make you run. He defied Konedu to make you running mate. In fact, it was after President Mills won in Sunyani and confirmed you, John, again, that you were going to be his running mate. And then Mami Konedu Bufuya or say we're free.
Party.
So a man who single-handedly defied odds, made you running mate, you became vice president. Now, the scenario I do is that, don't forget, say, Jesus Christ, on one of Fred Peter, or Fred Bartholomew, or Fred Thomas, on one of San Fred Judas.
Yeah. I know.
Good.
No.
For scripture to be fulfilled, the same Jesus called Judas. And Judas came in. Yesterday I was reading my morning devotion in the book of the Gospel of John. Let me say 14 somewhere.
Yeah.
And scripture says, and Satan possessed Judas. And he walked out at night. That night that he was betrayed. Jesus was betrayed. Yeah. Scripture says that Satan possessed him. My question is that, what has possessed John Mahama? Yeah, what has possessed him? And I keep saying that. So, in fact, when I'm here, I said the same Christ who called Peter and Bartholomew and Thomas and James and John is the same Jesus who called Judas. Now, the same Jonathan Mills, our friend John Mahama, is the same Jonathan Mills, our friend. If I have chosen to remain loyal to the man who picked a phone and called me one morning, Koku, please, can you work for him? And I've said this severally.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm the Sumina so. Yes, I'm the baller so. Yes, I'm the I was gainfully employed in the first private commercial bank in this country, the then Metropolitan and Allied Bank. By that time, I had risen to become the head of Treasury, Finance and Investments. Prior to that, I had worked in the United Nations High Commission for Refugee Office here in Ghana. We brought in the Liberian refugees, the Sierra Leonean refugees.
Okay.
Done some good corporate work. But the man saw talent in me. He saw potential in me and invited me. You, John Mahama, is the same man who invited you. Now, you have decided to be possessed by something. Our own kind. I say I've decided to be possessed by loyalty. And I'll continue to remain loyal to the man. That one too is a crime. So you have chosen to be possessed by something. I have chosen to be possessed by loyalty. So that's your business.
Okay.
But this is why you will get the kind of statistics you are getting.
Okay.
That the party may be doing well, but as an individual, you are not doing well. And this kind of statistics justifies the 2020 results. The skirt and blouse. That yes, you need MPP for their so our parliament. A drum half, 50-50. But Nanado beat you. Now look at this other one too. Now we are doing NDC strongholds in general.
Okay.
Northern region, OT, Savannah, Volta,
and
Western North. Look at the figures. 62.5% of our strongholds showed a decline in votes with JDM as flag bearer. A total of 9.9% of the vote share of our strongholds going to MPP. Statistics terms, 9.9. So that's rounding it up to the nearest whole number. That's 10%.
10%, yeah.
How do you claw that back?
So, Koku, maybe share analysis here. The party itself no need problem, but the candidature.
You go out there now. That's what the people will tell you. And we floated these statistics when NDC was going to go for primaries in support of some of us who supported Dr. Kwabena Dufo. Our supporters that man say, so smart support. So when I OBE analysis now say GM is going to win Greater Accra by 70%. There's another guy, Musa Dankwa.
Yeah, Musa Dankwa.
Who has been doing all kinds of analysis all over there.
I saw you responding.
Yes, I responded to him once on Hello FM. He ran away from the Hello FM. Recently, I think on your network, I put out the information.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I think he has confirmed the point I made. Say, recently, there was an NDC parliamentary retreat.
Okay.
Volta region. Volta Serene Hotel, to be specific.
Okay.
And Musa Dankwa had been throwing lots of statistics around. So of course the parliamentary caucus was NSAB Yatiti saying Nkrofobi na Bopa within the NDC.
Okay.
So on yes idea we nafa hwa GM feel say winnie. Honestly, I feel sorry for GM. Look, truth. You will be like that Roman Empire. You'll be walking around dancing naked, and then your people will tell you that you are in the best of clothes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is what's happening to JM. And I've spoken to one or two of them before, especially when we were in power. I won't mention names. I was Deputy General Secretary. I didn't have access because it seemed a threat to JM. If I let me give you a funny story. There was one day, some security people came to my house, military and police.
Okay.
Long and short, I'm a pamicho. I'm in Flagstaff household because they are under instructions. Send me back Flagstaff household. I should be embarrassed. Why?
That time NDC no more power.
Oh, yeah, power. Say President Musaka baby. And we are winning 2012 elections. So now GM has left the castle. This was when they left the castle. Jubilee House. Okay. Castle. And that they had been told that if I come to the Flagstaff house, I should not be allowed entry because I'm a security threat to GM. I'm telling you. Yeah. Now, this was 2013, 2014. So I don't believe I entered that Flagstaff house until I became Deputy General Secretary. So as for that one, you now have some locus.
Okay.
In the party Utumikobi. But prior to that, even my office at the castle, that they had left me there as a remnant. I know one day I call from somebody. I should pack out of the office by close of day and hand over the keys. Look.
And I own.
What I've gone through. What I've gone through. Yeah, I was called around 3 p.m. That by close of day in public service balance is 5 o'clock.
Yes.
So technically in 2 hours, I should pack out of the office and hand over the keys. to a certain military officer who was in charge of something at the castle. Castle now went free. I'm finding a bium. You were to be connected on your shepono. Kaika, and Yama Bicano. I say, Master, you leave the place.
But personally,
me, 8 years, I never served on any board. Yeah, go and check
that.
I've never served on any board. And the Tamils, they are no catch them, point blank. Koku, I won't put you on any board. I need you here at the castle to be working for me 24 hours. And you have to make sure you board meeting.
Okay.
Apart from that, if you're on some board, no problem, big Basa organization now, because of you, yeah, the best me at Tamils.
Okay.
I understood him perfectly well.
Wow.
Look, that man.
Because of his reputation.
Yes! His reputation. So you won't be on any board. So I didn't serve on any board. The party headquarters, even junior officers, youth organizers and women organizers and communication officers are on boards.
Deputy
General Secretary, wallahi, babu.
I said personally, now only John Mahama or issue.
What are the issues? I never knew him. I never had any relationship with him until President Mills brought him in as running mate. And Mikai, the day we were outdooring John Mahama at National Theatre, as head of communications at the campaign office, they said 3-4 days, Nani Pandai, just to outdoor our running mate. And Obaye, and I any year Juma. We won. We got to the castle. I never had any altercation with him as vice president. So, contrary to all the things you go here, now you don't know John Mahama, now or block John Mahama. Vice president office, any president office, it was the topmost floor, the topmost floor at the castle.
Okay.
And there's a dedicated corridor from the vice president's office to the president's office.
Okay.
Major Akwa Sumfo, my office was lower floor. If I want to see him without prior knowledge, I also have to go through protocol.
Wow.
Yes. Of course, when he closes,
because a lot
of things. You see, and it was all cooked up by these people.
Say, Koku Anyidoho, Jubilee House, on Mane Quine,
Jubilee Castle.
That time.
And I'm telling you that to the ADC's and open room. And instructions, don't let my vice president wait. Let him come in. So how did the director of communications block a vice president? They say, that was part of the protocol.
Okay.
Nobody went home with office keys. It's either now media made me office key, security, no. Now vice president, so all kinds of rubbish. All because they say I was too protective of President Mills. Yeah. And I have no qualms about that. Like I told you, I'm not framing. Say, Koku, come and work for me. And I'm in a far pam. Say, be honest to me, and I will love you, and I will protect you with my life. He was honest, he loved me, and I protected him. So if while he was alive, some of you didn't have your ways to do whatever you wanted to do, and so I became the enemy. And so now President Mills is dead, so let's target Koku for hate, ram. Look, this matter. It is only now that people are beginning to accept that I did no wrong. For years, people actually believed in the propaganda. And I'm in Bujon, and I say, and I say. But up to now, not a single evidence. And you know, then to make matters worse, in 2020, when I lost my 8-year-old daughter, painfully, yes, I adopted daughter.
Wow.
Said me 19 ba. 8-year-old girl. This was 7th November 2020. I said, Mama, no problem. No problem. I don't have a problem with that. But I see me banner maybe me out. Now akwabi jifagunu. Stand up with boys libi. I'm on social media say Nyakopon lecture maker. Now I've been trying to kill John Mahama for so many years. And now me so
Na tiafa baso.
Na tiafa me ba no so.
Wa waku.
Me am de me ba no ko say yenkum no. Na me fa ni moja ne nyanyankom ade. Na me fa yin John Mahama free.
Wow party people.
I'm telling you, I'm giving you the name. Jifagunu, who's associated with John Mahama, Standogo, Omadi Wama, and Co. Those are the boys. Then, to make it more interesting, so I decided, okay, I will go to court. And I didn't want any pro-NDC lawyer by the case.
Okay.
Ochinamku. So I went for a very good friend of mine, a political senior lawyer. Guess who is the lawyer for Jifagunu? Edu Jitamaklo. Yeah. And this, yeah, he's a lawyer. And we're in court. So I was sitting in the dock and Edu will cross-examine me. And Jifagunu will be there and some other people will be there. And this is the boy that John Mahama decides to make director of legal of the NDC. So as for me, I should just sit down and the rest of my life allow John Mahama and his boys to run roughshod over me. And I have no form of self-defense. When self-preservation is the first law of nature,
yeah,
I shouldn't preserve myself.
You should.
Thank you. So I'm preserving myself. So if you are doing your campaign and it's not flying, and now you are angry that Koku-Addo is not in the forefront of your campaign, I'm saying that, John Mahama, have you taken a phone to call me, to have called me? That's how I got close to Rawlings. That's how I could take Rawlings to Asumdwe Park on the 24th of July, 2020, yeah, before he passed away. Nanado, when I went to see him, I begged, build Asumdwe Park. Is that what you want?
Somehow catch a president.
I'm telling you, when the opportunity came, Mami Tundra, and I said, Mami contract. Nessa mami way. I swear, I can't say go point you. And then he said, Koku, what is this about Asumdwe Park? And this was in 20 my bear kunyano. Papa now tena so na me bear no. Odi me din komo mprempi about one no. Muntem University of Ghana.
Ghana, yeah.
The same hall, Legon Hall. So me call Legon, now me Legon Hall hobby.
Okay.
So we have something in common. But the most important thing is that there were 10 years of the death of President Mills. The way Asumdwe Park is, I'm getting calls from all over the world. People know that it's in a horrible state. I'm getting calls here from Ghana. Besides that, I am seeing the man. I see him in my dreams.
Because of the relationship with him. Sure.
Good. So, place is, and then, you see, a man for a man for a job, Honoma Basa, a bin mama kofa, will be one year condoms. It's Nana, but the horrible state of Asumdwe Park we do in this country. In many swa, na Asumdwe Park, yes, Omo one yeno. Omo number the number one Ghana. Some ye. But we are bonifu au buy it.
So Oman has say.
And Oman must say. Okay. I want to bobby. You're right. Now me say, yeah, we now. In Shrebi Wohoa, in Shranabeba. That's how the president got Koda, Jerry Ahmed Shaib,
yeah.
And his group, chief of staff from Makam, and Omokati sword. And of course, Omokati sword, no. Now, man for office, concept been a Kokudi. Because I said, oh, my, oh, Nijumaye, come in the blah, blah, blah. So, why not be this MPP government, ABC Asumdwe Park? Abra NDC government and kasa into two when say in soto in soto brain infama kese bi boy na a scaffold
for a twa ho hia no ya
after na man for who say juma akoso that time and omko form the single purpose Atamis Heritage BBPB.
Okay.
Yeah Atamis Institute na che no some no more so okay, so they had to quickly go and form that Atamis Heritage thing. I said, if you're Nedano, and Asami Atamils, KEA, MP, no, Prof. Miano. That guy,
okay.
He one day, his own tool will come. And now we are Bonopa. Say, Umudi Maten. Afe, Nilante Vanderpoy. Me, Sami Atamu, so much press conference. Me, Marcus Asumdwe Park, I could too full. It was all to create noise so that Nanado will not go and commission Asumdwe Park. Asem wa make aminia. E kunfi hima na 9 for the 10th.
Yeah.
And then the head of the Odumuna family, Atta now, Nebusia.
Of a confused
A confused one. Almost a mine. Say, Omati say, Makotufuno. Now, why the mom acquires them in Kotufuno? By the time I finished explaining to them 3 to 4 hours, almost so, Pumam, Eka say, a free and neko, Koku Anyidoho, a kumfi, Utram, Odomne Busia,
Edwakaho.
Yetawechi, Edwakaho.
Hey,
That's how they came to Asumvie Park to come and support.
wow.
And do you know that there was a delegation that went to the Flagstaff House to go and try and convince the president not to commission the park?
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I'm telling you.
Delegation.
Oh, yeah. People close to John Mahama and aspects of the NDC, they should go and tell the president. And I hear the president told them, I'm sorry, I'll go and commission. And he came, still some small work to be done, but at least the optics of it today is 1 million times better than it was before.
All right. Very interested in what speculations and rumors, and propaganda on social media about Onone John Mahama Nebi and we Now let's come back to this issue. We are in a political season, campaign messages, 24-hour economy. One is also saying digitalize the economy. Dr. Baumia and John Mahama.
24-hour economy, though. It's amazing. Let me say, Nora, a new version by. I don't know who it was. Seja, and then the Akufo-Addo boy, but I don't know Nigeria. Then they buy me share 24-hour economy. On also the explanation. That's what they said. Don't quit your car. What a man. Say, you better make money and ajo. Into still brothers. Ne, obi opese. Unya cheap electricity no. But they are not yet man. And they say you need a yet man. They are cheap electricity. Flag bearer nanka saying to me explaining and my. You say Benum say you be fufu anajo. You be ton wachi anajo. Benum say he say be inkusie ne sa moana ye ton ye ho mu eton mu krantie ne otwe ne sa yi nu nyina no e wo Kumasi kwan no. And also you be my boys na 24 hours na omo hu enam no eton wo en kwan che.
Very interesting.
Jerry Rollins party pioneer. 24 unti se unti ase enura de enkoti a papa no kra me nim nidi.
Okay.
After the ono de o se ye benyen esibo jata ni osuno.
But hold on. Now here we say.
NDC for ye ko nyen osuno.
Justice here said you Anyidoho kan ya yenti we mercy ya.
The 24-hour economy, mama and papa, mom, titifie, mom, yen and moi. John Dramani Mahama said what they modern farming techniques and the deba. And under animal farming, I will call a bit is a pudon, our channel. We call her animal farming, wouldn't say Jatani Mwaka say elephant near the gum egu farm numbi. And you want to mean Cosset or Cocodo, and I said, oh, what could be a no. It would set up plantation in the BA, we are no jam one agum. Not jam one aguma, obey here almost swap. What would the plain ever Fabium, no mas as ever and one in any other. Not proud to that, no. What training expert for our muscle ever share choir. A friend say, Omo Ebeshem wano, so Bobby Aria, a bit my one of Pania near the other. Nasanyoma way in an air baswa, a bebwama, or Momarie a Greek, Ewagi care, KUST, Legon, woman in Abinia Jumaye.
With all that we are saying, I'm quite confused.
Okay.
Am I confused? Am I confused?
The 24-hour economy, mama and papa, mom, titifie, mom, yen and moi. John Dramani Mahama said what they modern farming techniques and the deba. And under animal farming, I will call a bit is a pudon, our channel. egu farm no bi enti wontimi nkose wokọ akodododo ana se wokọ wakodua nuane wo enti wodi kai set up plantation ni bi plain ebe wo mo so ebe hwe nkwan a na sanyoma we nyina na e ba so a ebe boa ma omo mawie agric e wa agric KNUST Legon wo mo nyina be nya adwuma ye.
With all that we are saying, I'm quite confused.
Okay.
I'm confused. I'm confused and I say, animal really no say yeah animal farming no say jatani winning no ebe benefits.
Yeah, yes. Reason is ebe my tourist attraction.
Okay, good.
Because ukopudon. Now
more of tourism than say yeah re animal na
my. And that no so no emo na kasa no ubetimi a export to be.
Okay.
Who export no na sika no day enioma na ekọ no.
Okay.
Na unya dollars. Dollars ne ba ne bebo sika sama day ejina.
Okay.
Prior to that, no, te will make a exportation. No, movement how bad no say would the new money be kono ha. Na de kono, wo de kono, wo be nya dollars na ba. Dollars ba because country bia na, wo can your more than your export to bia no. Country na ho de. Omo ye for machinery for no. Ah ye beto war, offensive land ni nyina. Omo be nya adwuma ye. Proud to that. Dr. Muhammad Baumia, Eba Yawaka say, obey one district, one factory, one to me. And here are John Dramani Mahama say, under one district, one factory, no, one no dear, obey the embark on agro.
And
almost said that's the booming who feel.
But then, of course, I confirm also to call Burkina.
I confirm beyond to
the 24-hour economy, Mamma and Papa, Mamma Tiffy, Mamma Yen and Moi. John Dramani Mahama said,
all right, so that is the new explanation of the 24-hour economy version. You ready to go? I said, we don't know kind
We don't know. Or see a Pudon. China, the cost of Pudon. I mean, this is how ridiculous the NDC has become. One economic policy.
Different interpretation.
Jomama, no, Kaya, no, say, Yabenye, and Kuko. Kitting near Mankuku, now man for your poultry farming. But baby, I quite didn't know. Say, Cocoyam. I'm a carpenter for any missing for. I could trap a broke, new fence, a trap quiet in everybody. Our policy, Benny. Not a plane, after a plane number, the Biane and Mamma. Na man for na mo panye na NDC for ye na ekonye eyosono tise nya abobia anye nchi osono na for osono no be do so chi ye wo mai mu ye ntumi ni election human ni ese kokwa nyi do na pejo Mahama asem mo do Mahama na anye osono ama osono ado so Ghana. What kind of ridiculous with all joints across the globe? How can I sit on television early morning like this and defend this kind of thing and embarrass myself because you see me at NDC? Yes, me NDC me. I said, but I will not defend the indefensible. What is this? President Mills, we say we are investing in people, infrastructure expansion, job creation, people, schools, universities, building a strong and resilient economy. Single spine salary structure.
Yes, yeah.
Not once did we go on the international market to borrow for anything. John Mahama, when I buy now start this Eurobond, road show. And I must start the MPP so force about what was. But the fire by any John Mahama. Under President Musk, we didn't do any road show. Under for Finance Minister, we didn't do any road show. Think it here. Or not the concept behind into another Chimana or Kanye or the good man. But I will not engage in that kind of ignominious politics. Give us the policy. Let us understand it. Look, and I'll tell you, talking about policy. Forget about him. If Ghanaians give him the opportunity, that one Ghanaians will decide. But one thing that some of us will hold him accountable to. UPSC, 4th November. We are in what? We are in June.
June.
So 4th November last year. Flag bearer and the policy fair or UPSC.
Yeah.
One thing that he said, that constitution started by President Mills. And at the Okaka money there. And he said, I will do so to curtail the powers of the president. Wow. Did Bawumia really say that? The constitutional review agenda was an NDC agenda. It was in our manifesto. President Mills Bayeno setting up the commission chaired by Professor Albert Fiajo.
Yeah.
Akentina Piame Nkanomo, Ogwama Hini.
Sabrema Kwesi Atta.
Good.
Yeah. I remember.
Michana Nopai. Jean Mensa. She was then IEA boss, representing civil society groupings.
Yeah.
Now, BB, somebody for one of the great chiefs from the north. And around Raymond Atugubaya, secretary to the commission.
Committee, yeah.
The work was done. White paper presented to the government before President Mills died. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will take it over. What happened to the white paper? Where is the white paper? And not once did I hear him say and talk about it, because Mills sought to do. We have created this 1992 constitution, which gives too much powers to one person called the president.
Okay.
It is some president in there. Affecting public latrine. Yeah. Yes, it's some president in there affecting public latrine.
Yeah.
And I mean, what?
It's true.
Because that's the kind of system we have created. Why don't we take another look at the system
and reduce some of
and review?
Yeah.
And let me give you two things President Mills really wanted to do. One of it, and it was in the recommendation of the white paper. Sir, Article 71, Article 71, Article 71.
Borders, no?
No, sir. First of all, sort it out. Number two, creating equity in our taxation system.
Okay.
As it is now, the president, the vice president, for that matter, the presidency, to a large extent, they don't pay taxes on anything. At least the president and the vice president, they don't pay taxes on salaries, emoluments, nothing. Yet the same people are taken care of by the state in every sense of the word.
Which needs to be reviewed. Okay.
That's why President Mills never took per diem as president.
Okay.
He didn't deal with Kufuor. Or no, he didn't never took per diem, because he said, the state is already taking care of me. Everything. Why do I need per diem again? As head of IRS, he was traveling with per diem, coming back and retiring per diem. This is the man I worked for. And so if Dr. Bawumia, also an economist, having served, you see, and there's something about taking your time to serve.
Okay.
And then learning before you get to a certain point in your life. President Mills served President Rawlings loyally. Of course, learned a lot. And so for him, after having been vice president and then given the opportunity to be president, he doesn't see why he shouldn't review his powers. Powers not there. Dr. Bawumia obviously also has sat down after 7-8 years as vice president. What does he want all these powers for? So given the opportunity, and as the driver, this is the direction in which he's going to drive the nation's vehicle. Somebody admits that he's a mate. Into Okanechi, and no share driver. Oh, obesua papa no. Say the bonnet a course so baby driver no nya poncha. Na so nim sa sport ni na. Into say oh mate, given the opportunity, on fa car no exactly.
He will be the good driver.
Obi there, see, he was a co-driver. Me who can be so bus be so he was steering wheel ni. I still go back open. It is only a co-driver. It means that now we pray. Say driver name free honor. Yeah, because we pray driving seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Open driving seat. No. So you didn't take your time in humility to study. So you won't continue from where your boss left off, because Christian did that. Anyway, now into your master for free ho. Now me. So my brother, in terms of just policy alone, 24-hour, and that's what the digitalization. It is going on. In fact, 2 days ago, we got electricity. The kind of meter I had prior to that, no, this is what the meter, no.
Okay.
And Sana and Lodu. But we right at the purchase point, and I'm a medical journalist, so much change system, no, it Lodu automatically. Manjeni, me do fear me check here, send a Lodu automatically. So I don't have to now go back and go through any process to load. It's loading straight from the point. The Ghana card, you can now just clear yourself if you travel and you come back. Sure. If you see how digitalization is not helping the country. So when people say Bawumia has run away from the economy and is now talking about digitalization, he's talking about digitalization in perspective.
Yeah.
That we are using the digitalization to build the economy. He's not running away from the economic issues. Because we can harmonize our tax collection system. We can all have our TIN numbers. We can all now be identified. All these, informal sector people who are not paying tax on anything. But gradually we can go into that market because we have harmonized a certain system to help. As compared to somebody who now says they come to introduce pension policy for commercial drivers. Nobody says that our drivers don't deserve pension policy. But how are you going to do that?
Okay. You need to explain.
Create pensions on the platform. How are they going to do it voluntarily?
Okay.
Are they secretly crying? You say you're coming to come and give pensions to Okada people. These are our brothers who need help already. You are coming to now. I don't know. But
All right. Okay. Arnold addresses greetings to Kwanzaa, Accra College of Education. Good morning. This morning, I like God bless you, Koku, for showing appreciation to Professor Moss and all those who do good to you. Keep up of being truthful and forthright. I'm watching live from Amsterdam here and also at the Abba. We're in a great discussion this morning, and I enjoy Koku Anyidoho speaking. Muhammad's forthcoming will be a curse for Ghanaian generation. Muhammad 2012, 2016, including 2020, including 2024, question mark. May Almighty Allah protect Ghanaians from John Mahama coming again. Shaibu from Kaswa with this great discussion. God bless Koku Anyidoho and also the way about. Oh, now the Koku preventing John Mahama from entering the presidency has now been cleared, and I love that part. In fact, this morning, explaining the 24-hour economy is the counterpart of, that is Dominic Dadzi. I'm laughing. Koku has gone through a lot. Koku Anyidoho has gone through a lot. Eric Danso with this. Sevi Patrick, I have seen your message. Also, Richard JC, vindication is always in the womb of time. And also, kudos to Koku Anyidoho, and my special regards to the fantastic and hardworking champion dynamic MP, Honorable Reverend John Tim Ford MP for our viewers. Now, you better share that for you.
Of course. I think that for me, what has happened in the last 2-3 days, talking about politics and the strength in numbers, seeing Dr. Bawumia in Ashanti region, and then Wankasamo boss Kennedy Agyapong. Everybody knows what happened between Kennedy Agyapong and Dr. Bawumia in the build-up to Omo primaries. But if you see how they have close ranks, I saw something by what's his name? Former MP for Subing.
Isaac Osei.
Good. Dr. Bawumia. He has been able to create a certain semblance. They are paid, or not in.
Okay.
It's obvious that Dr. Bawumia paid. It's what in. He's making sure, and I saw President Mills do the same thing. Look, and I do the same. President Mills na makati here or coffee share Ubeda Samoa. Okay. And he didn't come on because open break away. DFB. Now President Mills on them Gusitano, no nam Twitter. Look, at the end of the day, the just God up there, the way He has created it, it's only one man, one vote.
Not one man, two.
Not one man, two votes.
Okay. But there are some people,
and so, there
are some people too. Supporters of Honorable Kennedy were not happy joining. How do you say?
But as for that one, they will not be happy because they pursue. He believes that and then the way in was a and even very early after the primaries. I remember Bawumia going to Ken Akuto Free and engineer Adenimu
and others.
Long before. And then now we are seeing all these things. Time heals.
Okay.
So it's possible that time is healing whatever took place. And the way he has even started his campaign. And I'm happy that he has started it this way. The way he himself has moved ahead on the ground. Anybody who becomes running mate will not have any funny ideas, say, on no they don't be ba. Because Baumia created dominant once and Aoba. Bebuano, Namunya Wejuma.
All right, Samuel Koku Anyidoho, Ohene Kofi Safo is my producer. Elder Questionings in George Sakwa de Focus. Mr. Finn, Ejano na Justice Avo, Omunina Eneka, my production. Here I need to go better was it. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
You've made the program successful.
Have a good day.
All right. Until the community, I mean, the Owa Hene and Tribuisi, Akonyami Abdoma, Financial Friday segment will also come away. I mentioned